There's a good chance that if you're over 55, your hands and your feet are experiencing pain and tightness, particularly in the morning and also as you get more active with them.
That's because in your hands and feet, you have 105 total bones. If you look at all of these that Sam has here, and 126 different joints, there's a lot of areas that can dysfunction, get inflamed, and cause pain.
That's right. And keep in mind, our hands and our feet perform the vast majority of our function. You think about it when you eat, when you do chores, when you are working out in the garage, doing lawn work, walking on your feet. Oftentimes, people do not have footwear that it fits properly and allows the freedom that those bones and joints need. So we've got some answers for you.
I wish my hand and arm could come off so I could really scratch
Why,
my back.
Mike? Why? This is a family show. Quit playing with Sam's arm.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
I'm Brad. I'm Brad. I am Brad.
That was a lot. I'm Mike, and behind the scenes we have Bob, and together we are the most famous physical therapy team on the internet.
That's right, in our opinion. And please subscribe. You'll get some wonderful information on a daily basis. Thank you very much. And let's get on to this, because really we're talking about the hands and the feet, all these joints, ligaments, everything holding them together. Very high risk of pain as a result of lack of motion. Any therapist or a chiropractor will agree. To have a healthy joint, you need to keep the joints moving. So we're going to show you some nice ways to keep the joints moving in the hands and the feet so they feel much better and you're more able to do activities.
Yes, most of the time, I've even noticed if I work my hands or my feet a lot the night before and I wake up, I'm a little stiff in the morning, but as soon as I get moving, they feel a lot better. So let's just start with the hand and wrist, huh?
And you're only 34 or something.
Yeah, but it goes away pretty quick.
Yeah, it takes a little longer as you get older in my situation. Anyways, let's get on with this. The old saying, motion is lotion. So you get motion going, it's like putting that lotion on your hands or your feet. Good soothing benefits. All right, let's start with the hand. Shall we give the best three options?
Yeah, so the first one is just flexion and extension stretches. So flexion basically means you're going to make a fist. Extension means you're going to open your hand up as far as you can. If you have the full range of motion, you can just do it like this. Mm-hmm. If you struggle and maybe you're arthritic and you can't really close your hands or can't open them all the way, or you have an old injury, you can certainly use your other hand to help with this.
There you go. I know a lot of people will have not just a whole fist problem, but maybe just one or two fingers that are excessively stiff, maybe from an old injury. Then you can focus on just that finger. Let's say it's my ring finger. Work the joints individually. Take your time with it. Get it moving. Don't overdo it. Let it work, and then make sure you go both directions. And which actually brings me up to the next thing, as far as like Mike is demonstrating right now, some traction. Something that oftentimes gets forget. In other words, traction is just pulling the joint to separate the joint slightly to get synovial fluid within the joint capsule so that it's effective and allows more motion with less or no pain. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to pull here and maybe add a little rotation. Listen to your body. If at first it hurts and then it starts to feel better, continue to do it. If at first it hurts and it continues to get worse, stop. Always listen to your body. We're only going to do things if it allows the joint or that part to feel better with motion.
That's when pulling your finger is an okay thing to do.
Yeah, I personally do this on my thumb. This joint here next to the wrist is one that is really a problem for me from being dislocated over the years. So I pull and I distract and I find a certain direction, usually here, and I pull this way. And right now it actually feels good.
What are you doing to dislocate your thumb?
I'm an active person. I do work with my hands, Mike. Now, this is what I just learned. I was pushing down to try to get these little grommets into this table I was painting, and I found out pushing really exacerbates the problem, which would make sense to make it feel better. You could do the opposite and pull, and sure enough, that's exactly what happens.
Another way to actually start getting some motion or possibly strengthening, depending upon what you're gripping, is to work on getting some type of stress ball, or as Brad likes to say, a gushy ball. It's your favorite little
This
one there.
is now I
This
found
is a stress ball.
I found this at a store, right before you check out, and it was like I don't know, a couple bucks, and I thought, oh, is that ever neat? And it really is nice for the fingers. You can work individual fingers, you can work the whole palm, and I personally find it entertaining. And you may or may not, but whatever, it works
The
good for the
density
hand.
of the ball is going to make it easier or more challenging. This one is foam, so it's a little more challenging than that one. Obviously, if you have a tennis ball, it's going to be a lot more challenging, and you're not going to squish a baseball, so don't try that with a baseball. But just working on your grip strength this way is a good option to get all those little joints moving in your hand.
And I would highly recommend trying one of these little balls with the little pokers on it. And for my hands,
Pokers.
it really feels good. And you get them cheap for a couple of bucks. You roll that, and they work well, and your feet will demonstrate that as well. Particularly if you have some neuropathy or some numbness type symptoms, you can help sensitize things and get them to wake up.
Now, a hand massage is always beneficial. I don't care if your hand's hurt or not. It normally feels good, but oftentimes doing it to your other hand, you're not relaxed and it doesn't feel as nice unless you have someone there that's willing to give you a hand massage. So this is actually our Hand Spa Pro, which massages your hand. It actually inflates. It has some heat and compression to it as well, and you can adjust how much heat or intensity or the mode of massaging you want. And this one's really nice because your thumb is separate, and it actually has little chambers individually for each finger, so they're not smashed together. They're separated and getting a nice stretch, and it just feels good.
Yeah, nice compression, and they work. It works in a mode where the fingers get the massage and compression first, and then the palm of the hand, and then the wrist. Because we got to remember the wrist and the hand are all part of the same thing. So we do need to work the wrists, circles, flexion, and this as well gets that part of the hand. So it's a nice device. I really like it.
Unfortunately, we don't have hand sizes for people, so I can't tell you what size it fits, but it works for me and Brad and Bob, and Bob's 6'6", so he's pretty tall.
I got a pretty big hand. I
Yeah,
always
so do
have to
I.
get at least extra large gloves when I get it. And
Do you want to show them the finger massager?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah. Where's the? I had the.
The gloves? I
Yeah.
moved it.
Yeah. Now, for some people that want their hands moisturized with lotion, they give you nice little gloves where you put the moisture on the lotion and put it in here. So not only are you getting motion from lotion, you're getting literally.
You're just rhyming a bunch.
Yeah, this cute little thing is a little bonus that comes with that. And I thought it was a joke at first, but I actually tried it. It's like, oh, on your fingers, it really does a nice job. It feels good. It's just one of those little cute things that feels good. So
Now-
very good.
That's pretty much everything. We have tips to loosen up and move your hands. Now we're going to go on to the feet. And the first thing something I like to do, and I think Brad does too, is just get some sort of ball. It can be a lacrosse ball, it can be a baseball, tennis ball, it can be a massage ball. These are relatively inexpensive at most places nowadays. And just put it on the floor and start rolling the bottom of your foot, because that's normally where people kind of ache or are stiff the most. Obviously, if it's the top of your foot, you can't really roll the top of your foot too well. But
Right. Tennis balls work well. If you want a little more aggressive and you don't like to have the rough texture, a golf ball.
yeah,
It actually works, and whether you do it on a carpet is going to vary a little bit or on a smooth floor, and that's one of those things you just have to work with. I personally really like this, and now we don't have one here, but they make some that vibrate with the little rough surface, and I really enjoy that. And you can work it over the forefoot and get the toes as well, because there's a lot of joints in the toe and the
I
forefoot.
really
in
like them
general.
because they go right into the arch. You can angle your feet with when you're using a ball like this, and also you can adjust the pressure. If it's too much, just don't lean forward as much, sit back. If it's not enough, just push through your foot harder, and you can get more aggressive.
All right, now if you want to use your hands to mobilize and get those joints moving in your feet, I'll actually take my sock off and expose my foot, because you really need to. Maybe I should do the other foot. No, go this way. So between all these bones in here in your toes, first of all, I like to get all the little bones in the toes all at once. A flexion stretch, you can do one at a time. You should do it till it kind of hurts a little bit, but not too much. You're getting a good stretch. You'll know because when you're done, it will feel good. And make sure you go the other direction. You can do all your toes at once. Work one at a time. If you want to do a little traction, it is a little hard to do this. But you can grab, like you're going to grab my great toe or the big toe, pull and get a little motion. It really is hard to do the smaller toes, but you can do the best you can. One thing I do like to do is grab my foot and the joints between the toes in the forefoot is mobilize them. Up and down, get some motion going in them feet. They really need this. They've been trapped inside of a shoe all day long. They're hot, they're sweaty, they're not getting motion because the shoes are oftentimes a little tighter than they should be.
You had a rough day or what?
Well, yeah, you got to wake them up. Come on, and actually...
Something I like to do to wake up your feet is actually, you can call it toe yoga or whatever you want to call it. So all you do is work on extending your big toe up and leaving your 4 little toes down and doing that for 10 repetitions and then doing the opposite, which some people find very challenging. So I'm pushing my big toe down and I'm lifting my 4 little toes up like this. It seems easy, but sometimes it takes some coordination, and oftentimes people don't really just move their toes like that separately, so it can be challenging. I don't expect anyone to be able to move their 2nd through 5th digit very well because no one can do that.
What toes are them?
Your 2nd through your 5th digit.
Oh, they're the little ones.
The little ones, not the great toe.
Yeah. Can you go over here, Danny? This is if there's a wall, it happens to be a wall handy, which there usually is. This is a nice way just to. Because it's easy. You don't have to bend over. You don't have to grab your toes. And you get some nice extension on those toes. And you can rock your foot back and forth a little bit. Whoa, there we go. Get the knee closer. I can feel it in my calf a little bit. And my plantar fascia is getting a nice stretch as well. There we go. What do you say?
I think we still have another option if you're liking massage of the feet. Again, you can certainly massage your own feet. The ball actually kind of massages the bottom of your foot. But if you don't want to use your hands or you can't actually reach your feet, there are things like foot massagers, which Brad has right by him over there, which you can just sit down and put your feet into and let it run while you're watching TV, working on your computer. You can't stand in there. You have to be sitting, but just plug it in and you can run it for as long as you want.
Right. And Bob's foot fits in here, and he's a size
12.
12.
I'm a size 12. No, I'm 11. I forget what I am. I'm an 11.
It has kneading motion that actually you can feel it. Oh, over here. You can feel it work the bottom of your feet, and there's different, it heats up. It's not a real warm heat, but it's a gentle heat, so that's good. You don't want to need your foot to sweat anyways.
Just the intensity, how much. There's also some air bladders in there, which inflate for compression as well. Feels really good. Has an automatic timer that turns off. You do have to have it plugged in, so make sure the cable can reach an outlet wherever you use it. But they're really handy. We have a couple of different ones. That's the light foot massager, so it's a little smaller, compact. We do have another model. It's a little bit bigger, but either one works well.
Yeah, and there is a remote, so you can use the remote. You don't have to reach down if that's uncomfortable for you, so you can easily take advantage of that.
Bob is often sitting at his director's chair at his house watching us when we're filming, and his feet are in that, and sometimes we can hear it on the microphone.
You can unzip the liner, wash it, put it back in, zip it up so that you can keep the hygiene good, because feet are a little,
So
there's one more bonus, because this is what I do as well. If you happen to have a massager, it doesn't really matter what size you have, but I really do appreciate taking one of these with the ball, and let me turn this up a little bit. And I work it this way because this really gets those little joints moving and feels very good. I know after I do this for about 2 to 3 minutes, get up in the toes. It's one of those things where I know the circulation is improved because I can just feel it better, and they kind of tingle.
We should mention it is important to massage your calf as well when you're talking about foot issues because it does connect to the patella tendon and then your plantar fascia. So checking your calf out as well can be beneficial.
Yeah, you don't need a massage gun to do it. It's just easier. But, work your calf in here and really get in. Because your fingers, if you do have arthritis and you do this for too long, you're going to have a sore hand.
Yes, you will get beat up again, and it's going to be this vicious cycle. Anyway, another option, not an option, but another general tip, which is probably out of our realm, but we've both experienced over the years, is just watching your diet more. The more processed foods you eat, the more sugars you get. Typically, you get more inflamed. I honestly will feel it the next day more when I wake up, and you'll kind of be stiff and achy. And
What do you eat?
Well, if I'm eating
What's your
ice cream or anything bad like that, the next day I normally can feel it.
Ice
so
cream is one of Around Christmas time, people are buying me chocolate because that's my favorite. So December and the first part of January, in general, I've got little stiffer joints, and then I clean out my act, and it gets better.
So that's all we have for this video. If you want to check out more videos on specifically hand, wrist, finger pain, you can click the video link on the screen.
Yeah, have fun, have a good day, work the hands and the feet, and remember we can fix just about anything except for
a broken heart,
that's
but
right.
we really need to put Sam's arm back on over there. He looks
That's
sad.
right. We should get
That's
a
just a
heart
screw.
massager. All right, take care.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous